You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your early edition spoilers. These are for next week, February 12th through the 16th. This will be the second full week of sweeps. It is Valentine's week. There is so much going on. We're going to be coming fresh off of a wedding. I'm so excited to unpack the little bit of early edition spoilers we have for you. And if you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. And as always, I'm going to start by a quick rundown of what you'll see the rest of this week. At the point you're listening to this, you probably haven't seen Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the 7th, 8th, 9th. I'm going to go through that super quick and then talk about early stuff for next week. So Wednesday, February 7th, we've got Xander and RJ over at Eric Forrester's house. Eric is getting ready for this big party. People are kind of on the fence. They're worried about him overdoing it. And what's crazy to me is the very first phone call that Eric made to invite someone was to RJ, and he made sure to invite Luna. And, you know, I'm just not a big fan of them being forced on us all the time. I know some of you guys like them, and I've seen in the comments, oh, young love is sweet. Young love is sweet. Young love is sweeter when it's a little more interesting. But I digress. So I'm certain that the whole rest of the family is going to be there. All the Logans, Thomas, Hope, Steffy, Finn, the usual suspects. So Xander and RJ decide to set aside things and behave themselves at the party, although Xander was making a big mention of how great Luna is, how smart, how pretty, da-da-da-da-da. All that's going to come into play next week. Also, midweek, Eric proposes to Donna Logan in front of everybody at the party. How sweet is that? She has definitely paid her dues and proved that she loved him. So good for them. I'm excited to see that. I wonder if he has a dress for her, a special dress, or if she's going to just get married and whatever her party outfit is. You know, the Forrester men do like to design gowns for their ladies, so we'll see how that goes. Thursday, February 8th, Donna and Eric say their I do's in front of friends and family. Carter Walton is there, so I'm guessing he's going to be officiating because that seems to be what he does a lot. Oh, just real quick. So I mentioned this the other day because somebody had told me in the comments that they had seen on the episode Ridge referring to Brooke as his wife. And I was talking to this person back and forth in the comments. It turns out they're from Australia. And it turns out that in Australia, they are getting episodes edited differently from us with different dialogue, because I was talking to this person and they were telling me exactly what point in the episode, what the dialogue was before and after it and what they said. And I rewatched this particular, it was a recent episode, looking for this line of dialogue because, you know, I'm a thorough girl. And yeah, it's not there. So in Australia, they are telling viewers that Brooke and Ridge are married. And here in America, they're not. So yeah, just a fun aside. Donna and Eric say their I do's. Ridge and Brooke are still not married. They are not wearing wedding rings, any of that. And they always wore them before when they were hitched. So I don't know if they just send raw footage and there's whole different editors down under. It's kind of interesting. Definitely drop your comments if you are listening from Australia, because I know we've got, you know, listeners from all over. Yeah, because it's peculiar, right? And you guys get bonus scenes down there that we don't get here. So very interesting. All right. Also on Thursday, Bill Spencer flat out asks Poppy Nozawa, oh, you know, 20 years ago, did I impregnate you at that music festival? Is Luna my kid? He finally did the math. RJ did the math. You know, Poppy is in denial about this, or, well, I'm sorry, she's denying it. She's not in denial. She's denying it. And I don't think she's going to like getting asked about it from him. I still think the secret of whoever Luna's dad is something so much worse than Bill Spencer, because it's not a big deal if it was Bill. Bill's cool with it. So that means I think by process of elimination, Luna is a Finnegan of some sort, but we shall see. Friday, February 9th, Poppy is stressing about these questions from Bill, and she needs one of her happy mints, and she can't find them. And she spirals into a panicky state because they're missing, and there's obviously something shady about these mints. These are not just certs. These are not just Tic Tacs. I think I don't know if they're THC Tic Tacs or what. And somebody finds them, and in the 2-week early spoilers, I'm going to talk about who I think finds them. By Friday, Donna is Mrs. Eric Forrester, and everybody assembled is toasting their happiness. They are, moving on to the next phase in their life. Eric's already talking about designing, which means in another week, we're just going to be talking about trying to force him to retire again. I think he was putting up with his dad because he knew his dad was dying and thought, oh, this is his last hurrah. Now that it's not, I just don't trust Ridge to go back to trying to tell him to go play pickleball. All right, now let's talk about the week of the 12th through the 16th, the early spoilers. Love in the air for Valentine's Day week and some other things too. So Eric and Donna are going to settle into life as newlyweds. She's over the moon to be Mrs. Forrester, still excited to see if we've got a portrait change coming for over the fireplace. I feel like Bill may press the issue of whether he is Luna's dad unless Poppy gives him a very firm, no, it's not you answer. I still wonder if Dollar Bill might go do some kind of paternity test if he doesn't believe her. I mean, Luna doesn't really believe her, but Luna doesn't want to push her mom too far. So I feel like it's going to be Luna that finds her mom's mints because it seems, likely that Poppy might have left them laying around her. And every single episode lately, Luna is mentioning mints. She mentioned them 2 different occasions when she was getting ready to kiss RJ, and then when they woke up after he gave her his V card, she immediately was reaching for mints. They are doing this on purpose. So Luna's going to get the mints and something's going to happen. Zende was just making a big deal about what a great girl she is, how lucky RJ is. So I think Luna might be hopped up on some dosed mints, maybe even at the wedding. I don't know. And I feel like she might wind up unintentionally doing something with Zende that she should not do. I also wonder next week if Hope may see Thomas in a new light after this Donna and Eric wedding gets her thinking. I also expect Brooke is going to be keeping an eagle eye on them during that whole wedding party, maybe running interference between them, trying to throw a wet blanket on them. It's going to be a hot mess, y'all. Finn and Steffi's Valentine Day should be romantic, but I think it may hit a snag if Xander is back Valentine's Day week. We do know he is back in February sweeps, especially if Finn calls Xander to tell him that Thomas proposed to Hope, which is 100% none of Xander's business and is 100% not the right thing for Finn to do. That would be a gross overstep, and I don't think his wife's going to like it. And we'll see if their Valentine's Day is romantic or dramatic. We'll see how it goes. Hey, thanks for listening. Please click subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely come back soon because we are here talking B&B 7 days a week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.